And the spokesman of the party is usually the Secretary General, Mr. Sifuna. When Mr. Sifuna speaks, he's speaking on behalf of the party.
I am the presidential candidate for ODM if ODM decides that it goes it alone. So anybody who is preparing himself to go for presidential election in ODM, I think is misplaced. If they want to go for presidential candidacy, they should look for another party.
Hello and welcome back to Havana Media, as we hope that you've had a prosperous and a happy New Year 2026. But now, back to the story of the day, where we strip away the noise and focus on the moments that quietly reshape power. Today, the Orange Democratic Movement is facing one of the most delicate internal storms, yet a clash of ambition, legacy, and authority that has erupted publicly, and at the most unexpected place, which is a funeral.
Mjinga kishiba, anachoma siaki, anachoma gala. Wamesahau kazi ambayo ulifanya. Sisi tulikuwepo pale, sisi ni mashahidi wa kazi ambayo ulifanya kumsaidia baba. Ulijitolea kwa hali na mali. Leo hii wanataka kuukata mkono ambao uliwalisha. Kwa niaba ya chama kizima cha ODM, kwa sababu chama kinabeba wenye akili na washenzi, nataka kwa niaba ya wale washenzi niseme pole kwa matusi ambayo unaelekezewa. Na kama hakuna siku, wacha niseme bana, kama hakuna siku Mheshimiwa Uhuru, chama cha ODM kimekuambia asante. Leo nataka niseme kama katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM, asante kwa kumshikilia baba.
What unfolded in Kakamega during the burial of the late Cyrus Jirongo has now exposed deep cracks within ODM, pitting party heavyweights against each other as 2027 looms. A political war is brewing inside the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, and it is no longer hidden behind party slogans or calls for unity. And at the center of this growing storm is Siaya Senator Oburu Odinga, who is the elder statesman and brother to the late ODM party leader Raila Odinga, who has now signaled that the ODM presidential ticket in 2027 should be his and not open for contest by any other party figure.
2026, which we are entering into, is a very crucial year for our party. It is a very, very crucial year for our party because things must be worked out before 2027. Before the end of 2026, we shall have clearly known and made all the necessary arrangements. I want to make it absolutely clear that our constitution already has a presidential candidate for our party. And that presidential candidate is clearly stated in the constitution of our party. And it is the party leader. And it is the party leader speaking. I am the presidential candidate for ODM if ODM decides that it goes it alone.
The Siaya senator believes that the time has come for clarity within ODM. He reportedly insists that succession within the party should not be treated as an open battlefield, arguing that experience, loyalty, and long-standing service to the movement must account for something. In his view, ODM should rally behind one candidate, himself, rather than risk fragmentation.
So anybody who is preparing himself to go for presidential election in ODM, I think is misplaced. If they want to go for presidential candidacy, they should look for another party.
These sentiments have not landed well with younger and more vocal ODM leaders, particularly Secretary General Edwin Sifuna and Vihiga Senator Godfrey Osotsi. The tension spilled into the open during the burial of businessman and politician Cyrus Jirongo in Kakamega, where both Sifuna and Osotsi delivered unusually blunt remarks that many interpreted as direct criticism of ODM's internal culture. And at the burial, Sifuna questions the moral authority of leaders who, according to him, speak about party discipline while privately advancing personal ambitions.
Kwa sababu tuliwamulika wanaenda mikutano ya siri kule Kilgoris kuuza chama kwa Mheshimiwa William Ruto. Tukawamulika, unajua Nairobi, Aladwa yuko hapa. Nairobi unaweza ona mtu amekuibia simu. Ukisema mwizi, yeye anageuka anasema mwizi. Halafu wanaanza kukupiga. Kwa sababu tuliwamulika wanajaribu kunadi chama cha ODM kwa Ruto. Wanakuja wanatuambia sasa ati pia sisi tunataka kukuuzia chama. Mimi mmeniona wapi na Uhuru tukidance kwa podium vile watu wanadance na Ruto kila siku?
Si mnaona ile inaendelea? I want to say that sisi, me and Sifuna, we are in ODM to stay, na hakuna mtu atakuja hapo kusema atatuondoa. Wakileta vita, tunawapatia vita. We are not cowards. We have invested in this party as lawyers from 2007 to date. We cannot now that Baba is not there, we are being told, nyi ondokeni. It is going to be Kali, my friend.
ODM risk losing credibility if it continues to silence dissent while protecting political entitlement.
Raila alipo kwa wakati hapo awali, Raila declared that the official spokesperson of the party is Edwin Sifuna. That is the reality in law. And the spokesman of the party is usually the Secretary General. So Sifuna, when Mr. Sifuna speaks, he's speaking on behalf of the party.
For many observers, these remarks were seen as a direct challenge to Oburu Odinga's emerging stance. And sources that are close to Oburu say that Siaya Senator was deeply displeased by the tone and the timing of the Kakamega statements. From his perspective, a funeral was not the place to air internal disputes, and public criticism of the party risked weakening ODM at a time when unity is very crucial. He is said to view Sifuna and Osotsi as overstepping their roles and undermining party hierarchy. But now, what has made this confrontation explosive is Oburu's reported insistence that ODM must make a firm decision very early, and that he is the natural choice and chance to carry the party's presidential flag in 2027. This position has been interpreted by critics as an attempt to close the door on internal democracy, while supporters argue that it is an effort to prevent chaos and splintering.
Hiyo si chama ya mtu binafsi.
Alafu mtu anaita nyevu. Wacha nikuambia Junet Mohamed, wewe mahali unatoka iko kura kidogo. Sisi tuko na kura mingi kuliko wewe.
Na mimi singetaka chama ya ODM isambaratike. Lakini sasa saa ingine bahati mbaya ile kitu mimi naona ile watu wangezungumuza huko kwa Central Management Committee, waseme shida za ODM ni hizi na hizi, watuambie sisi wafuasi wa ODM tunaenda namna hii, mnaleta kwa matanga. Sasa hii matanga mnataka hii watu watusaidie namna gani?
Kama sisi ni shida, mimi niko tayari kutoka kwa chama cha ODM. Nataka niseme wazi hapa, tuungane because I know if we come together, we are a sleeping giant in this country.
So Sifuna, however, has consistently maintained that ODM's strength lies in openness and debate. He has warned against turning the party into a personality cult, stressing that leadership must be earned, not inherited or imposed. Osotsi has similarly argued that ODM's future depends on its ability to adapt to a new political generation that demands transparency and inclusion. And now, with 2027 approaching, this is no longer just an internal disagreement. It is a battle over the soul of ODM, whether it remains a broad-based movement driven by collective decision-making or shifts toward tightly controlled succession politics. The words spoken in Kakamega may have been brief, but their impact is already reshaping alliances and loyalties within the party. So today, the question is not who will carry ODM's flag in 2027, but how that decision will be made, through dialogue or through confrontation. Internal wars often begin quietly, but they rarely end that way. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to stay calm, stay informed, and always remember the most important political battles are often fought within. We as Havana Media, we want to wish you a happy and a prosperous new year 2026. My name is Billy. Make sure that you stay tuned.